All right, let's get it.
Indictment. Hats off to this brother, man. You kept us entertained to the utmost of your ability for the last week and a half, man. We enjoyed every moment of it. But I'm sorry to tell you, man, you going to jail. Now, lucky for you, the feds came and got you right before you sat your happy ass down in front of that drum set and did the ultimate self-snitching. If you were self-snitching in a manner in which you were self-snitching online for the free ski, I would hate to see what you would have done in front of Vlad TV for that $15,000 booking fee, man. You probably would have told Vlad what color the gun was, man. Yo, shout out to Vlad, man. Vlad would have got us the information, but the feds apparently arrested him when he was on his way to do the Vlad TV interview. And before y'all get too carried away, no, I don't think that DJ Vlad coordinated his arrest with the feds or Vlad helped lure him to California so the feds could arrest him. I feel like what took place is, the shooting and the incident with NBA Ben10 took place in Houston. He moved back to Detroit after the incident took place. I feel like the marshals and the feds were on him. I feel like they were watching him, they were monitoring him. So when he hopped on the plane and came to California, they just, all right, cool, let's pick him up now. When his arrest was first announced, fans were confused. They were like, what the hell? Now, this is before anybody got a chance to read the actual complaint to find out why the feds were arresting him. But people were confused. Why would he get arrested? Like, why would he get arrested when he was the one who was labeled the victim in this situation during the news report? And even during the police press conference, they listed Allstar JR as a victim.
Houston police are searching for a gunman they say shot two men inside of a nightclub late last night.
Yeah, this happened at Confessions on Kirby Drive, where police say a violent altercation quickly ramped up. KHOU11's Devon Roming joins us live from outside that restaurant where this all happened. Devon, walk us through what exactly led up to this shooting.
Hey, good morning, Alona and Jacob. So this all happened, police say, just behind me here inside the Confessions nightclub there, which is on the second floor of this building where you see all those lights on and the sign lit up there reading Confessions. Now, it all quickly spiraled into a chaotic fist fight ending in gunfire that left two men critically injured, according to Houston police. Now, police say this all happened around 11:30 last night inside Confessions here on Kirby Drive. Investigators say an altercation involving three men broke out when two men tried to rip chains off another man's neck. Now, it's unclear if they knew each other. Police say the two suspects took the man to the ground and managed to steal his chains. Moments later, several others jumped in, turning the situation into a massive fight with multiple people beating the victim before he was able to pull out a gun and shot two people multiple times.
Before I knew the full details, that sounded like self-defense to me. And when NBA Ben10 and OG3 and others who were involved in this incident with Allstar JR, when they gave their statements to academics, their account of things seems like self-defense. They told academics they knocked out Allstar JR 4 times, brought him back to consciousness, then knocked him out again, and they snatched his chain and took it.
They started getting back at him. All I heard was this. They say, yo, we knocked the nigga out like 4 times. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. So we knocked the nigga like 4 times.
That's crazy.
And they said his chain already gone. Like he already got niggas already took whatever they took from him. They said on the 4th time, this is crazy. They said we had to wake the nigga up. Now I don't know if this is believable. They said we had to wake the nigga up. Imagine they said they woke the nigga up from being knocked out. And they said, I ain't gonna lie, I swear. Well, that's what they told me.
What's the word, Omar?
The 4th time after he been knocked out, like, because it was, they just kept, they said, we don't know how this nigga found that strength, but the nigga was just moving. And all of a sudden, I guess somebody dropped some, and that's when that happened. But I think they thought that, yo, we done knocked him out, robbed him, did whatever. Like, this nigga's weak as, but they said that nigga woke up with like a demon in him, yo, and just grabbed whatever and, you know, da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da.
From the receiving end of things, it sounded like self-defense as well. Yo, knocked him out 4 times, yo, super violated. He woke up and was fighting for his life. It sounds like self-defense until you read the indictment and hear what really happened. Allstar JR is cornered. There's no way out of this.
Thank you.
He is absolutely cooked, checkmated by the feds. everything is on camera. And the only bad part about this, it feels like the bad guys win again. It feels like 4K Trey, they win again. They go around causing issues, go around starting trouble, go around brutalizing and violating people, and somehow, some way, they always find themselves out of trouble, out of the police sight, and everybody else they engage with always go to jail for a very long time or end up dead. In the case of Allstar JR, everything is captured on camera. The feds got everything. And the reason why Allstar JR is currently arrested, is currently being indicted, is because of this right here. This is NBA Ben10. This is Allstar JR. NBA Ben10 is lying damn near lifeless on the floor. Allstar JR is still pumping bullets into him. Allstar JR broke the 3-5 rule, man. If you guys don't, when it comes to self-defense, you can't go beyond 3 5s. It's 5-5. Oh, you can't shoot. And if you slick enough, you could maybe get away with the 5. You still get a little 5 in, you still hit them, but they still, you gotta stop shooting. Allstar JR, he broke the 3-5 rule. He did 5. Now hold on, bro. Hold on, thug. Hold on, man. You too gay. No. You way too gangster, man. You going to jail, bro. You got 2 5s for it to be self-defense if you slick enough, but a lot of y'all ain't slick enough to get off the 3. 3 5s maximum for it to still be self-defense. Once you start getting into the 5 and 6 and 7 5s, man, ain't no self-defense in that case, bro. It's over with. And to make things worse, Allstar JR actually dropped a video called the NBA Ben10 Challenge, where he's telling people to reenact exactly what he did to NBA Ben10, which is stand over him and shoot as he's down.
In honor of my nigga Ben10, since he wanted to play, when I was getting me some food, we made a dance for him. Now the best way this dance can work, if a nigga shoot your dumb ass like 4 or 5 times before you fall. But if you don't got...
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, my boy got his soldier boy tip right here. He was like, I got a new dance for y'all. It's called the crank that, shoot that 3 times.
Got nobody to do that for you, just lay down smooth like this, right? Lay your ass down and point them toes up, right? You spread a little bit, cause the nigga done spanked you. Then you just jump a little bit.
Damn, bro.
Do the BNT, do the BNT, do the BNT,
Damn,
do the
brother.
BNT, do the
That's how you
BNT.
had
And there y'all go.
Can you imagine being a federal agent in charge of this investigation, trying to figure out if it's self-defense or not? And you see this video and you look at your fella looking at the screen like, what? Yo, y'all gotta stay off the internet, man. Now the feds already had the video,
Agreed.
so I guess they would have still found out the information. But to put it out in this manner, man, and to continue to taunt him is insane. But the feds actually did a full-on layout of exactly what took place. So now we have a full-on story of what took place exactly, as well as, guess what? Exactly the status of NBA Ben10. Ben10 been telling a lot of cat from that hospital room, man. Lying about his status, lying about how he only got grades. Nah, bruh. The feds just laid it all out. The feds just told us exactly what's wrong with you. And it's what we all thought. All right, so first off, let's just get into exactly what took place, okay? So according to the criminal complaint, all right, Allstar JR is charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm. So they didn't quite get him yet on attempted murder or aggravated assault yet, but they're charging him with being in possession of a firearm because, like, I feel like that's right now that's what they can prove. And that's the easiest thing to get a complaint on. But obviously, we know a superseded indictment is coming, and they're probably gonna charge him for the actual shooting. But investigators say the shooting happened around 11:23 p.m. on April 8th, 2026, at a restaurant on Kirby Drive in Houston. When officers arrived, they found one person inside suffering from a gunshot wound to the neck, and another in a parking garage with multiple gunshot wounds to the hand and leg. Both were taken to the hospital. Police say a trail of blood led from the dining area to the elevator and into the garage. At the scene, officers recovered a Glock 43X handgun. He ain't even take the gun with him, man. Bro, bro, you at least take the gun with you, homie. Like, right? And clean that bit off, man. You dropped the gun off with the fingerprints and everything. So a magazine, a hoister, and multiple.
If he got the gun before it fell, you right, Will. They got nothing. If he got the gun when it fell, they got nothing on him. But what Ben10 is alleging, he said that nobody dropped the gun. So basically, he's like dry snitching on JR, basically saying that like JR just upped that. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, I guess we're gonna find out. You know.
Multiple spent shell casings and bullet fragments. According to investigators, surveillance video shows Ford inside the restaurant before a group approached him, leading to a confrontation. During the altercation, authorities say several people appeared to grab his necklace and his watch, escalating the situation. We knew this already. At some point, a handgun fell to the floor during the fight. NBA Ben10 lied about this. Ben10 claims that this handgun was actually Allstar JR's gun. No, right? It fell from one of you guys jumping Allstar JR. Investigator says Ford picked it up and began firing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cause like Ben10, like he dropped a video, whatever he was saying or some shit that bro was capping. But I guess we gonna see, broski.
Firing as people ran. One man collapsed after being shot, while others fled towards the elevator.
Oh, I gotta turn my the comments on the screen so y'all can see everybody's comments. Hold on. Put that, yeah, right here. There we go. All right, let's get to it.
Now, again, the people who are fleeing, you can't shoot at them. The people who are on the ground, collapse, who are lifeless, you cannot shoot at them. Authorities say Ford continued firing, including additional shots in the direction of another person who was running away. I'm assuming this person is probably OG3 or J Prince Jr. The complaint alleges that Ford then returned. Now, this is what got him in trouble. I'm sure if he would have stopped here, they would have probably like let it go because like, right? Because them running away, you don't know if like they got guns or not. The adrenaline is rushing. You're just firing. But once things settle down, Allstar JR apparently returned to finish off NBA Ben10. So he says the complaint alleges that Allstar JR then returned to the injured man and fired additional rounds at close range while he was lying on the floor. Again, from the NBA Ben10 challenge, he already confessed to this. He already said it publicly. Investigator says he later pointed the gun again, but appeared to be out of ammunition. Yo, this man was trying to murder. Well, again, I can't even say murder because, again, bruh, can we really say we blame Allstar JR for what he did? Now, most of us, we aren't criminals, so we probably wouldn't have done the same thing. But, yo, I can't blame Allstar JR for wanting to kill NBA Ben10 for what he did, bro. I'm minding my...
Hold on, I never seen this. They got the still of him blasting him on the ground. Oh, my God. Bro, they got the muzzle flash while Ben10 is lifeless on the ground. Whoa. I ain't never seen it. That's crazy. So he did stand over that boy. Where's the gang at? Where's J Prince Jr.? Yo, this is wild. This is mind blowing, honestly. Because Ben10 tried to say that Allstar Jr. didn't stand over him. And we got a still of Allstar Jr. doing just that. That's wild, y'all. Y'all see this? I wish I could zoom in.
Business, I'm grabbing food. Y'all come and jump me, steal my chain, knock me out 4 times. The amount of rage this man could be feeling, they have to give this man like crime of passion, right? Because the amount of rage he must have been feeling after going through what he went through at the hands of NBA Ben10, man, all right, man. Now, the court documents also allege he struck the man with the handgun and spit on him before leaving. You know where I heard this before? Allstar JR DM'd NBA Ben10 and then screenshotted their exchange and posted it. So in the exchange, you could see Allstar JR tell NBA Ben10, you wipe that spit off your face? How it feel that everybody left your soft, come on, bruh. All right, come on, bruh. So if you look at the very top, Allstar JR also says, I wasn't gonna tell everybody that I spit on you, but I spit on you.
Damn. So All-Star Junior and JR are messaging back and forth in the DMs. This is crazy. This reminds me of like some old school like Chirac beef. You know what I mean? Like Chirac beef back in the day type ish. Like really beefing with the ops online, like really sliding on them type shit. You know what I mean?
So he confessed he spit on him. Now listen, man, I don't know too many people who feel like their life is in danger actively at the moment who is going to get close enough to spit on somebody. That's where he effed up at. If you're claiming self-defense and you spit on that, and you got close enough to that person to spit on them.
What you mean? That shit was self-defense. If he got jumped in self-defense, what do you mean? So what he spit on him? What the they tried to jump him and take his chain. You wouldn't spit on him? That's crazy, bro. This is if All-Star Junior, this is gonna be an easy case for him to beat, bro. Like 20 people jumping me, bro, and a couple of them get blicked down, bro. That's their problem. Play dumb games, win stupid prizes, bro. Easy case. And his music career gonna go up because bro dropping bars.
Then obviously you didn't fear for your life. Obviously you didn't think that, Ben10 was still alive or he had a gun on him. Now, it looks like All-Star JR got lucky that he ran out of ammunition and bullets because it felt like he was looking to kill NBA Ben10 right there. It appears that Ben10 has also been lying about his status because the police would just expose him. The police says hospital officials told investigators one of the injured victims had his fingers amputated due to the gunshot wound and suffered severe leg injuries. Another victim, as of April 15th, which is...
That's Ben10. Yo, so, Dale, I'm breaking this news. I'm breaking the news. Ben10 is paralyzed, y'all. Ben10 cannot walk, bro. Because, look, I'm going to show y'all exactly why I think Ben10 is paralyzed. I'm going to show y'all exactly after this video is almost over.
About 8 days ago, did not have fillings in his legs. So, yeah, NBA Ben10 is paralyzed. We knew this. We told y'all. Y'all owe Seti Nash an apology. Y'all owe Dogface an apology, right? Because they told y'all and he was paralyzed. NBA Ben10 lied to everybody. They lied to all the media personalities. They called Seti Nash and Dogface liars. But now we know they didn't lie. They told the truth. NBA Ben10 is paralyzed according to the police. But let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this, okay? And if, y'all are...
Ben10 is paralyzed, y'all. Look, this is how I know. King AK-47, he be talking to Ben10's friends, bro. And, they be, FaceTiming him and stuff. See, Ben10 is lying. He is not fine. This video was uploaded today, 19 hours ago.
Yo, King AK-47, voice of the streets, man. Everybody make sure they hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. So, man, I'm going to just call it out, man. It's so much you got to cover. I just believe Ben10 is lying. I don't give a damn what him, his crew, or whatever told academics, told me, told whatever, man. He ain't all the way good, bro. And we just got to call it out, man. Your ass still in that hospital, bro. And I'm going to play a couple videos right now. I'm going to address one. And then I'm going to react to the others, man, because, yeah, okay, All-Star JR might have lied. He ain't stand over nobody, bro. If Ben10 is good all in his upper body and his head, and it's a good thing that we're saying that he lied, because what you do, aim for a nigga PP area? You see what I'm saying? You standing over him, but you ain't got and shot down, no. So that's all cool. If he didn't do it the way he said he did it, fine. But you niggas is lying too. First of all, the same story that y'all gave academics is completely different. Well, it's not. It's similar. Like how I didn't know it was kids there and Ben10 kid. I said it in the video. It was certain things that was similar. But as far as robbery and shit, that wasn't admitted to me. You see what I'm saying? But let's play these clips. Address one. And then we got to come to a solution and a reasoning together, y'all. Until we see something else, this what it is.
Ron, he's fine. 10, he's fine. And 10 did say, after watching, that's why he called me, after watching the Dogface interview, and I think Dogface said he got some strategy from, what's the guy named King AK-47? Basically, 10 said...
Now, I also want y'all to pay attention, so I muted because I didn't want to get hit with the copyright because he playing music in the background. Pay close attention to that video. And then this is him pulling up drink. You know, basically doing anything in the world just to show, you know, that he good, he not phased. You know, he getting facials. You know what I mean? He's showing himself with the drink. This nigga drinking drink, y'all. He talk about what changed. You know what I mean? Like everything just fine. You know what I mean? We good over here. And
You know the haircut. But you know, getting the facial, the fucking hospital. You heard me forever banging, nigga. Free the gunners. Scary ass. Skin looking good. Forever all the time. 10. Can't forget about Marvin, man. Skin looking good.
first of all, let's address the academics video. It did seem real hard for him to say my name, did it though? Real hard. He tried to act like he didn't know who I was. What happened here? I went on your channel. We did the whole Drake shit, did hundreds of thousands of views, and we did other things. I've been on your channel like 8 times. What happened? So first of all, let me clear up the strategy. The strategy was because of what I thought I seen that it was going to Twitter. So, you know, we ain't got to keep going over this, but, you know, I basically, you know, tricked a certain blogger to think that, you know, and y'all know what happened, and that was the whole strategy. So it wasn't nothing big. You know, we didn't stamp anything. We basically made another blogger stamp something so he could look dumb, and then we double back around because I knew he was alive since the 12th. All right, so we're going to clear that up because a lot of people like academics, which I see what y'all saying, but that ain't what it was. But once again, you know, just to show y'all what we was on. 2, this is my problem with Ben10, right? It what academics said. Oh, 10's fine. You know, 3's fine. That nigga not fine, bro. Even if they told me he fine. I told y'all, just because I'm reporting don't mean I'm believing it. I'm just reporting from both sides. Whatever they tell me is what they tell me. It's not being made up. It's exactly coming out both sides' mouths. This is why we're here in the first place. Let me show you guys something. So why we're here in the first place is because of this.
The Ben10 challenge.
See, y'all see I ain't short, 6'1". Bro, when you sitting in the bed like this, bro, something wrong. It was the feet. The feet ain't changed.
That boy AK-47 hitting the Ben10 challenge is crazy.
His feet, like this feet right here, it ain't changed since he originally got shot, bro. Like, come on, hold on. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Because I don't want y'all to think. Hold on, let me see if I can zoom in, man. Because I want y'all to know what I'm talking about. I couldn't zoom in, but we closer. Bro. When your feet like this, bro, and you get shot, right? And when I look, I'm like, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, that look either dead or paralyzed, bro. Like, look, he can't move nothing. I done seen it, witnessed it, everything. And you in the exact same position that you was way when you got shot. Bro, something going on, man. Something going on, so we know now. Shot in the neck cap, shot in the back cap. They're never about to lay on his back. It's true. JR was on the ground shooting at him. But when he was shooting at him, because he's on the ground, he had no way but to shoot up. And when he shot up, it hit 10 in his lower body, went up, and went through. And either fragments, the actual bullet, hit a vertebrae or the nerves or the spine, something. I'm not saying he permanently paralyzed. I'm not saying he temporarily paralyzed. Once again, I'm not even going to stamp he's paralyzed. But what I am going to stamp is they're lying, he lying, act lying, he not fine. Being fine and alive are 2 different things, dog. That's not fine. If how the whole rumor started from this channel on live, as soon as he got shot, went live. Nobody else live. And we're looking. And I'm like, I don't know, y'all. Like, the way that nigga feet is, his legs, how he just was laid out, that looked like death or paralyzed to me. I didn't ask for that to be took and ran with, to go on Twitter and to go on Instagram and to stamp it. I didn't say that. I didn't ask for fake pages and messages to come up based off my hypothesis on what I've seen. But dog, if we fast forward all the way now, and your body, your lower body, is in the exact same position, I don't know, man. I don't know. The motherfuckers trying to say, oh, it's just he on a boo-boo bag, and they got to figure out, man, that man upper body moving real good, but that lower body, I don't know if he moved it yet. So
Yeah.
if Allstar JR line, well, Ben10 your ass line too big, because come on, big dog. This shit been too long. Like, what's going on? So, point blank period, but the heat on it here. I got to make a run, y'all. To a lot of y'all, I am about to see my kids Friday, so that's an update I'm gonna leave for the live stream. And I'm also trying to pick and choose when to blog and do live streams because I'm trying to wait till my last strike, get up, and that's April 27th. And I don't want to fuck nothing up before that and get another strike. And now I'm back.
I feel that, big dog. Damn, so I don't know. What y'all think, man?
So we've got an insane development in this All-Star JR situation. If you didn't know the story, you probably already do at this point, but you know, there was a big altercation between a bunch of guys in Houston, guys from the NBA crew, which is Youngboy's crew. OG3's birthday party was going down. He was there with Ben10, a known shooter from Youngboy's camp. Apparently, Jay Prince Jr., Houston legend, tied in with the mob ties, a very serious, you know, kingpin family figure from Houston. It all ends up popping off with a Detroit rapper called Allstar JR. Apparently, there's baby mama drama between Allstar JR and Jay Prince Jr. They're trying to jump JR for his chain, Ben10 and them. And then the tables end up turning. Allstar JR, he managed to grab the gun in the tussle somehow and open fire at Ben10. Well, now it's come out that Allstar JR has been arrested, and apparently he shot Ben10 while he was on the ground. Now, there was rumors that he stood over him, but it sounds like it might be the case that he actually neutralized the threat, walked away, and then walked back to try and execute Ben10, and he would actually be dead if Allstar JR didn't run out of bullets. It's very crazy, and I've got all the paperwork and everything. I'm going to break it all down to you. There's even pictures of Allstar JR in what looks to be an attempted murder scenario, but let's find out. So this is the full article from the Detroit News. I'm going to break this down to you article by article. All right, I'm going to tell you the whole timeline. But this was the local reveal that Allstar JR had actually been arrested. It says Detroit rapper Allstar JR charged after Houston restaurant shooting. And there he is. They got surveillance images. We haven't got footage, but we've got stills from the surveillance footage that the feds apparently have. So it says a Detroit rapper accused of opening fire in a Houston restaurant is now facing federal gun charges after investigators say the incident was caught on surveillance video and followed by taunting social media posts. So all of that posting and dissing might not work out too good for our guy Allstar JR in the end. It says, according to a criminal complaint, Jeremy Christopher Ford, also known as Allstar JR, is charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm. So he's not been charged with attempted murder, all right? And it says felon in possession of a firearm. But if he wrestled the firearm from someone else and they've not hit him with attempted murder charges, he might beat that. But it says investigators say the shooting happened around 11:23 p.m. on April the 8th, 2026 at a restaurant on Kirby Drive in Houston. When officers arrived, they found one person inside suffering a gunshot wound to the neck and another in the parking garage with multiple gunshot wounds to the hand and leg. Both were taken to the hospital. Police say a trail of blood led from the dining area to the elevator and into the garage. And at the scene, officers recovered a Glock 43X handgun, a magazine, a holster, and multiple spent shell casings and bullet fragments. According to investigators, surveillance video shows Ford inside the restaurant before a group approached him, leading to a confrontation. And during the altercation, authorities say several people appeared to grab his necklace and a watch, escalating the situation. Okay, it sounds like they got the necklace, but not the watch, because he said you could have got that Prezi, but you didn't. But he did say that Ben10 took the jewelry to the hospital with him. Anyway, it says at some point a handgun fell to the floor during the fight. Investigators say that Ford picked it up and begun firing as people ran. One man collapsed after being shot while others fled towards the elevator. And authorities say Ford continued firing, including additional shots in the direction of another person who was running away. The complaint then alleges that Ford returned to the injured man and fired additional rounds at close range while he was lying on the floor. Investigators say he later pointed the gun again but appeared to be out of ammunition. And we're going to see an image of that. It says the court documents also allege he struck the man with the handgun and spit on him before leaving. So they're saying he pistol whipped him. Could be assault with a deadly weapon. Sounds like attempted murder if he actually tried to shoot him on the ground for the last time and kill him, and the gun was out of ammunition. It says authorities say a third person believed to be a bystander was also shot but suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Now, we've not heard anything about this third person who was shot, and that does change things. Does make you think, Maybe it wasn't too self-defense after all, and innocent people are getting hurt. It says hospital officials told investigators that one of the injured victims had his finger amputated due to the gunshot wound and suffered severe leg injuries. So that is dead end Ron. And as we saw in the hospital, it appeared to show from his wound, from his bandage that he showed off his hand, that he was actually looked like he was missing his index finger. And said another victim, as of April 15th, did not have feeling in his legs. So that supports the theory that Ben10 was actually paralyzed, and we haven't seen an image of Ben10 standing up. But what we can see here, obviously the body is blurred and he is still alive, but this appears to show All-Star JR shooting at Ben while he was on the ground. This is a pretty vicious attack, all right? I think maybe he could argue that maybe he thought Ben had a gun, maybe he didn't realize that that was Ben's gun, maybe it wasn't Ben's gun, maybe he thought his life was still in danger, but the way that that person's laying, I don't know if I'm believing that. It says investigators say Ford fled the scene in a white Cadillac Escalade before officers arrived. The affidavit also states that after the shooting, Ford allegedly posted multiple videos on social media appearing to taunt those involved. Investigators say he later released a music video referencing the shooting, including lyrics about the incident and what authorities describe as a reenactment. Officials say Ford has a prior felony conviction in Michigan, which makes it illegal for him to possess a firearm. He was arrested as the charges are pending. So news of his arrest is spreading all over Reddit, of course. And this is the update. People in Chiracology are saying, free JR. All right, it says self-defense. Are they doing this because bro's making a mockery of the situation? It says, I mean, if you shoot someone in self-defense, you're supposed to call the police, not get on the net and troll. So, people saying Gucci Mane buried Pookie Loca in an elementary school right by his house and still got away with self-defense. Now, I don't know if it was the burying, okay? I don't think the burying is true. I think maybe the guy ran into the woods near the crib and was found. But anyway, that's a story for another video, which we've already covered. People saying it's federal. Damn. Out-of-state warrant. Okay, they're saying could be FBI charges. They're saying he could claim self-defense, especially in Texas. A known crash-out serial killer coming for you needs to be handled immediately. He has more of a claim than Lil Tim did. That's what they're saying, right? So some people, they're saying Jay Prince, the police. I ain't seen no proof of that, really. But people saying free the innocent, right? Feds charged Detroit rapper All-Star JR after Houston restaurant shooting, and social media posts. And everyone's posting that image saying, bro is not getting off on self-defense. How the F is Ben even alive? But it says felon charged with possession, nothing about shooting. It says felon in possession, so I'm boxed in. Saying he getting wild with that bitch. Damn, did he really stand over, dog? No cap in his stuff. But they're saying, how did he not kill him? He ran out of bullets. Says feds tainted their own claim in the complaint. Said he took the gun from them, yet they're charging him for possession. I don't know how this is going to stick. Most likely JR threw that bitch away afterwards too. If he left with the weapon after the altercation, that's 100% possession. Says they probably do got him on cam walking out with it in the heat of the moment. He probably didn't think of all of that though. People saying he didn't leave with it. And the officers actually recovered the gun at the scene. So yeah, they're saying it's crazy. Yeah, he really did spit on him. That's actually insane. So I've got a post here. I don't know if this is the full paperwork, but this is apparently a bit of the paperwork. Shout out to Witty Apparatus with that. All right. So it says federal document.
Damn, that's crazy. So like after he shot him, he said he spit on him too. That's wild, bro. I can only imagine like just like the energy in that room, like. Bet you that situation was wild, man.
Detail the shooting incident involving All-Star JR. Affidavit reveals timeline. So it says officers retrieved the videos of the incident via security cam footage provided by restaurant staff and provided copies to the FBI. Upon reviewing the footage, I observed Ford at the table of the restaurant with a female. Ford and the female get up from the table and walk out of the frame towards the elevators. Ford then re-enters the frame and appears to be talking on the phone. A group of individuals follow behind Ford, and the group begins to crowd Ford and appears to be talking to him, leading to an altercation that prompts an unknown male to get between the group and pull Ford away towards the elevators. Ford can be seen with the shirt that says LV on the back. As this is happening, John Doe number 1 and another individual identified for purposes of this affidavit as John Doe 3 walk into the restaurant and follow quickly towards where Ford exited out the frame along with others in the group. The group then re-enters the frame and Ford can be seen struggling with John Doe 3 and John Doe 1. So that's probably let's see. Who appear to be trying to remove Ford's necklace. See, 3 people, it means Ron, Ben, and it could be OG3, or it could be J Prince Jr. It says John Doe 2 joins in to help John Doe 3 and John Doe 1. John Doe 3 removes Ford's necklace and rushes out of the restaurant. So they grabbed his chain and got out of there. So John Doe 3 got out of there, rushes out. So that could be someone completely separate. Could be OG3, who knows? All right. So the struggle continues and John Doe 2 appears to remove Ford's watch and put it in his pocket, saying they got the Prezi. Maybe he got it back. It says Ford and John Doe 1 begun fighting with John Doe 2 and others in the group joining in. At some point, what appears to be a handgun falls on the floor from someone in the altercation. We don't know who. Ford then falls to the floor near where the handgun fell. Ford picks up the handgun and begins firing as everyone starts running. This really is a movie. This is some John Wick shit. I'm not going to lie to you. It says John Doe 1 appears to have been shot and immediately collapses to the floor, initially on his side before rolling onto his back. So that appears to be Ben 10. Appears to be. And so it sounds like Ron got the watch and put it in his pocket. It says John Doe 2 and others ran out of frame towards the elevator. So I guess that's him getting up and firing as everyone runs. Ford continues shooting as everyone's running away and shoots additional rounds in John Doe 2's direction as Ford follows outside the frame towards the elevator. So he gets up, starts shooting, starts blasting, and is running, I guess, towards the elevator here. And then it says Ford continues to where John Doe 1 is lying motionless on his back and fires. It doesn't make it clear if he ran backwards, but based on how that carpet here looks, it looks like he got up, ran over to the other side of the table, started shooting, and then it looks like he came back around this table to where this bent carpet is and then fired on Ben on the ground. Ford returns to where John Doe 1 is lying motionless on his back and fires another 2 rounds at him from a few feet away. John Doe 1's body jolts suddenly as one round appears to strike him before going motionless again. Ford paces around the floor for approximately 8 seconds as the female he was with attempts to interact with him. Ford then fires another round in John Doe 1's direction and exit the frame towards the elevators. This shit crazy, right? Says, yeah, never walk away. 10 getting arrested when he leaves the hospital. So this is crazy. This is actually insane that we've even got this paperwork. It's the walking back that might cook him. It really is the walking back that might be the problem. It says All-Star JR hasn't capped once, stood over him, saw him on the floor, saw the elevator close on Ron.
Damn.
Wow, he said he saw the elevator close on Ron. He did say that in his song. Ben's lucky he ran out of ammo and was only paralyzed. He was very close to losing his life. So that voodoo's real because he stood over Ben and somehow didn't have enough bullets. Someone watching over those NBA boys for real. Okay. So we already heard that about him coming back. So this is another part that we didn't see. It says Ford then stands over John Doe 1 and strikes John Doe 1 in the face with the handgun. Upon doing so, the handgun falls to the floor behind Ford. Ford walks back, picks up the handgun, returns to John Doe 1 and appears to spit on him. Ford then exits the frame before briefly returning and exiting again towards the elevators. Another camera angle shows individuals running into the elevator during the shooting. Prior to the doors closing, John Doe 2 can be seen rushing into the elevator and collapsing inside as blood sprays from his leg. So that's when the door closed, the elevator door closed on Ron. So shortly after the door closed, Ford can be seen walking into the frame holding the handgun. He a cold shooter, crazy. Man. What the hell? Whoa. So there's a rumor going around that he was actually in Los Angeles when he got arrested, or in California. And the rumor going around is very unfortunate. They're saying Vlad gave the drop. Apparently he was on his way to a Vlad TV interview. Now, let's keep Vlad's name out of this. He didn't even get the interview. He didn't get...
Yo, Vlad gave the drop, yo.
If JR was about to pull up and snitch on himself to a whole nother level, couldn't even get to that point. People saying clout really is this era's new crack. You're going to brag to the world that you put in work, and then you're going to do an interview where you damn well know what they're going to ask you. No wonder these dudes sipping on green. They're allergic to freedom. Okay, they're allergic to that sweet American freedom. I don't know if this is a good comparison. Crack takes all of your money. Getting clout provides a lot of money, but I get what you say. Says, nah, he did too much speaking on it publicly and having people do the Ben 10 challenge. Said, I'm calling it right now. He'll tell the police something you all later on will call him a snitch for. It says, no way Vlad gave the drop before getting the interview. He's smarter than that. If feds were watching him, they knew he landed in LA probably and followed him around and booked him. I ain't going to say too much, but he DM'd me. He DM'd me after I dropped the video on the main channel about him. Say no more. But anyway, people are kind of waking up to the fact that it sounds like Ben 10 really is paralyzed. And, you know, people are kind of, you know, basically pointing out these details in there. They're saying JR pop dog, and then he's stabbed off in the Cadillac, defensive player of the year, clutch player of the year. If 10 legs are gone, he might be MVP too. That's very disrespectful. Yeah, okay, well, let's not do too much of that, okay? But everybody's reacting to this footage of him standing over Ben, and people can't believe it's in Chiracology.
Yeah, that's wild.
And the footage is there being...
That's why I told y'all, this is like some old school Chirac beef. Like, when the ops, like, really, like, was, like, beefing online with each other and shit. And, like, they was really getting active, bro. This is what this reminds me of.
Shared, people saying Ben 10's lucky to be alive. He needs to just take his facials in peace and be glad he's alive, get off the internet, start a new life. He was going to end 10, but he ran out of ammo. He was trying to confirm that body. That's what they're saying. It says pistol whipped him, spit on him, and stood over him. Damn. Said dudes need to stop disrespecting Detroit guys like they ain't all the way with it. How the hell he survived that? Saying he might have a case if it was truly not his gun. Realistically, is he supposed to let somebody else get hold of the gun and kill him? Saying he got a case regardless. Texas is a stand your ground state, but you can't stand over someone unarmed and shoot them. Saying this might be far-fetched, but I'm sure somewhere out there it's okay to shoot until the threat is done. He might need a good lawyer. It's entirely okay for
Yeah, cause I feel like if somebody's trying to like rob you, bro, and like they got guns and stuff, and they trying to off you, why shouldn't you be able to off them? And however you may get it done, it's how you get it done, bro. It shouldn't matter.
To the police, says that generally refers to armed individuals. You're going to have a hard time arguing self-defense against an unarmed man you already put multiple rounds in, walked away and came back. The fact he was lifeless, yeah. He says it allows him to defend against an imminent threat of death or serious injury without a duty to retreat. How is he supposed to know Ben didn't have another gun? A good lawyer easily beats it. So no, JR went outside and got... No, JR went outside and got more ammo. He tried to finish it. It's not self-defense. He didn't get more ammo. That's why it didn't end up being a murder. He was saying the first picture's crazy. They're saying he's shooting like a Looney Tunes character. What are we saying? This one. I shouldn't laugh, man. That's actually crazy. But yeah, everyone's reacting to this Chiricology. JR standing over Ben10. Says Ben's lucky that full 3X only holds like 7 shots. Apparently it holds 10 plus 1. But they drop in the new OEM mag next month that holds 15 plus 1, all right? CIA will be distributing that amongst the community to cause more death and destruction by the sounds of it. Says he also pistol whipped him and spat on him after the bullets ran out. People can't believe that that's true. Ben better thank God that he made it out of that situation alive, and he needs to start moving smarter. They're saying he's going to do the opposite. Saying he already did the opposite. So damn, he really tried to face him. Actually, crazy. Okay? Crazy. And they're reacting on crime in the D2. Obviously, this is big news. Okay? I thought there'd be more reaction to that. And of course, they're reacting on the dumb way, which is the Louisiana gang subreddit. And they're saying even if he's paralyzed, Ben's lucky to be alive. He stood over him, and they're saying he's going to get off on self-defense. Nah, but how is Ben still alive? Says he's been charged with felon in possession, nothing to do with shooting people. Maybe they caught him with a gun. How is Ben alive? What the F? How is he shooting at him? It's crazy. Okay, they're saying I heard he had a Glock 4.3X. That made me want to change mine because I got that same stick. Right, it's saying never use a full 3X. It's a little snappy bitch. Ain't got no power. It's snappy. Right? People saying they're about to get rid of it. They're about to get rid of their full 3Xs, man. So obviously there's, everybody's kind of talking about Ben being paralyzed. And if that's true, it's really crazy. 10's still here. That pic looked like he's gone, especially him laying down in the video. He looks dead, man. How you stand over someone like that and not kill them? 3-letter word and it starts with G. God or gun? You can decide. It says getting shot in your spine is usually what paralyzes people, not the legs. My BD took 8 shots in one leg, 5 in the other leg. He was sitting in the car with the window down, and dude ran up on him, robbed him, and still emptied the clip. He couldn't walk for a while, but with plenty of PT, he walks fine today. Took damn near a year, but thankfully he's back walking, working, etc. 10 gonna shake back. Minor setback for a major comeback. Small things to come. He gonna be all right. Okay. Just before he got arrested, though, JR was still taunting Ben10. Saying that we told you Ben10 was paralyzed, Ron lost his finger, and 3-3 hid in the elevator, and this is him talking about it.
I wake up, all you hoe ass niggas
why not hear it?
tagging me, talking about, nigga, you see Ben back, you see Ben back. Well, if the bitch so back, tell him to do the Ben10. I double it for him. Fuck he talking about, do that bitch, Ben, nigga, this your dance. Get in your groove, nigga, if you back.
Damn.
I wake up, all you hoe ass niggas tagging me, talking about, nigga, you see Ben back.
So they're saying Ben back, saying if this, bruh, it's so disrespectful, man. It's crazy. It said that he didn't have feeling in his legs on April the 15th. They didn't say he was fully paralyzed, and that was a week ago. Okay, they're saying he hasn't left the bed in 2 weeks. He can't walk to the shower. You can get temporary paralyzation. His people are saying he's good. Physical therapy, he might be walking again soon. Okay, but yeah, that is pretty crazy. Okay, and I do wish Ben10 all the best. I hope he is walking again soon. I hope that he's not permanently in a situation saying, he's been in the bed for a week, better try and do physical therapy or something like that. Whether you want to believe it or not, there's definitely something wrong with bro's legs. That's the only part of the body he hasn't shown or spoke about. Saying he's gonna have to learn to walk again. It's common when you get shot multiple times. Grove Hero got shot in his back 3 times in the leg, was out of the hospital the next morning, so it can go different ways. People saying he better hope he can walk. It can change over time. I guess that's why he's still in the hospital. Other people saying he's never walking again. Maybe that's why he's still in the hospital. His feeling in his legs probably fucked up right now. If he was really 100% paralyzed, would they still have him in the hospital? Or is it possible he can just come back and do physical therapy? The way he got shot, he's going to be in the hospital for a minute, no matter if he got feeling in his legs or not. And Ben has been posting even more from the hospital. See this post going around earlier. I was talking about Ben gives an update. This is him getting his facial that was referred to earlier. He said, I see a lot of stuff on Twitter, X, and the caption ain't really what's going on. So let's see what he's saying. I doubt he's even saying that.
Another hair kit. But in the facial, the fucking hospital, You heard me? Forever banging, nigga. Free the gunners.
So he said he forever banging free the gunners, right? A lot of people have been speculating as to whether JR can actually beat it now with these charges. People saying he might beat it because the gun was left at the scene. Saying definitely beat. He might as well take it to trial. He coming home to a bag. Says, yeah, they can probably say the initial possession and use that as a reasoning. But really, after he left, the gun was abandoned. And plus, JR ain't no career criminal. With the right defense, he can definitely get off. It says they're trying to jam him up to get him to talk about the robbery so they can charge Jay Prince or 10 for the attempted robbery. He got to say they was beating his ass and he picked up their gun, but that's telling. He don't need to tell. It's in 4K. I agree. Right? But if it's that simple, he wouldn't even be locked up. They're trying to put a motive behind the situation to make more arrests. Obviously, he the victim. All-Star JR should say you don't really remember anything. He effed up when he walked back and stood over him. The threat was already neutralized. Kind of agree with that. Says, nah, he cooked, yo. This doesn't mean nothing when they got him on video standing over, bro. Kind of hard to fight that. But he's not charged with that. Unless it was a charge for an attempt, yeah, he cooked. But right now, they're only charging him with felon with possession of a firearm. Unless they plan on adding other charges, he can potentially beat the possession charge. It says, hitting a bystander don't help. And who is paralyzed? The innocent? Because they def would have said something.
I didn't know he hit a bystander. That's crazy.
They def said someone don't got feeling in their legs, and I feel like we would have heard if it was 10. It's 10. Ron's the one who's had his finger amputated. Ben10 is the one who didn't have feeling in his legs. Anyway, you get the gist. Okay, so is there anything else? I think that's everything that I had on this topic, okay? But let me know what you guys think, man. Damn,
yeah, this is crazy, y'all. But yeah, I'm out, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm about to pop back up with a video game stream.